this one. Steve West to be the overwhelming favourite for it, but Dave Ladley, having beaten a tough competitor in Andy Bolton 6-0, I think that'd give him some confidence. 95. Down to a finish. Steve West. Need to go treble 18 and bullseye. Does he go for it? Of course he goes for it. Steve West. Playing the best darts he's ever played. He must think he can hit anything. So, what's the route? Well, it's double 12. And that'll do nicely for Steve West. Gets the first leg on the board with a 25 checkout, double 12. Steve West yesterday began the day by beating Keegan Brown and Kirk Shepherd, who was beaten in a deciding leg by Joe Cullen. So Dave Ladley started off the day with a convincing win. As Steve West fires in his first 180 of this encounter. Yeah, he beat Johnny Haynes 6-1 and then got done 6-2 by the gigantic Vincent Camphouse. 40 for Ladley, but Steve West has stolen the darts here. 41 scored. Done himself any favours there, Steve West. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Two great darts from Dave Ladley. The third one looked pretty good as well, but it's just caught the flight and just stopped mid-air. Steve West looking to make him pay. What a set-up shot that is from Steve West. Hits a 180 in this leg, then hits a 150 to leave double 16. Phenomenal effort. So for a 2-0 lead, Steve West looking at double 16. There it is. Once again, pins the double second dart. Steve West races into a two-leg advantage. Dave Ladley not a tour card holder as West fires in a second 180. Yeah, not a tour card holder, so he's a guy who's been invited along to complete the 128-man field for today. Already got in the money with that win over Andy Bolton, so that's 500 quid. If he does go on and win here, that's £1,000 in his pocket. He would have to go on and win the whole tournament to storm up the rankings. Get to the Players' Championship finals. Steve West will be there. He's in the top 16 in the rankings. He'd have got there even in a field of 32 players, as it always has been. It's been expanded this year to 64. Steve West, 81 left after 9. Double 12, already hit this once. And he hits it again. It's an 11-dart leg from Steve West. And he has just picked up from where he's left off over the last few weeks. I mean, he has been absolutely phenomenal, Steve West. He'd been threatening, he'd been playing some good darts all year, but not really getting the results. And it's suddenly turned for him. That run to the final here in Barnsley, where he was tantalisingly close to toppling Michael van Gerwen. It's just exploded for him since then.
60.
Final, third round, semi-final, second round of the World Grand Prix, quarter-final of the European Tour event, and in the first round he played his brother Tony West and averaged nearly 110 in that game. Made the third round here yesterday. He's going to be at the European Championship, Steve West. Going to be at the Players' Championship finals. He is moving on up. Again, people. Ladley playing Challenge Tour stuff, the sort of second tier events. Dipping into these Players' Championship ones on occasion as tops for Steve West, and there it is. It is very, very impressive from Steve West. Dave Ladley just does not have an answer right now. As things stand, there is only one winner of this game, and it may well be a convincing win for Steve West. Dave Ladley beat Andy Bolton 6-0 in his opener, and I fear it may be a 6-0 reverse for him in this second one, because quite frankly, Steve West is playing on another level at the moment. Piling in the big scores. In Hildesheim at the weekend on the Euro Tour, having averaged 110 against his brother in the opening round, then went on to the quarterfinals. The only guy who beat him in the end was Alan Norris, who went on and won the whole thing. Once again, Steve West will come back looking at 81. Took this out in leg 3. Clinically in 2 darts, treble 20, double 12. He'll look at the same route again. Treble 19, sorry, double 12. Unable to do it this time, but he is going to come back. Ladley back on 283. Double 6 for 5-0. Double 3. And there it is. It is double 3, and Steve West is racing towards the finishing line here. John Henderson awaits in the board final. Henderson seen off Andy the Pieman Smith and Jeffrey de Graaf. Just seen Jeffrey de Graaf beaten by Hendo on this very board a few moments ago. Steve West, having edged out Nathan Aspinall in his opener, is taking Dave Ladley apart here. There's a bit of fight left in ladders though, back-to-back ton 40s as he looks to get a leg on the board. Joe 17. Bullseye? You bet! 161. Steve West applauds. He hasn't had a look in, Dave Ladley, but a very strong leg, topped off with a stunning ball check out on 161. It may just be adding a veneer of respectability to the scoreline, but it was some moment. 180 for Steve West to kick this leg off as well. Oh, it's always easy to applaud your opponent's big shots when you're already 5-0 up. Playing some great darts, winning a lot of money over the last 6 weeks or so. Just been signed by a new management agency, the same people who manage a lot of the big names in world darts. Things that seem to be happening for him, and confidence coursing through him. You've got to think he's a threat today. John Henderson is going to have his hands full if Steve West plays like this. Double top to close it out. Double 10 now for a 12-darter to round it off. Misses inside. Lee needs a treble. Gets it, so he's down to a finish. There's at least some pressure on this. 1 for double 2. Okay, 3 for double 1. And here it is. Steve West does close it out. A shake of the hands for the men. Ladley hit a superb 161 checkout. It was little more than a consolation. Steve West just continues to play the best darts of his career. He will face John Henderson.